Let's make my favorite matcha latte for every day together. I just took my matcha powder out of the fridge. I think it's the best way to store it. I got this particular one in Japan, in Kyoto, back in May, and as you can see, its color is still super vivid. The cold temperatures in the fridge keep it from oxidizing, so it keeps its quality, taste, smell, everything. It's perfect. In my opinion, the perfect amount of matcha is 3.5 grams. I used to use 3 only. That was fine with very strong matcha powders, but with this one, which is like a bit softer in taste, 3.5 is perfect. 4 I find a little bit too much. It's super important that you sieve your matcha. Take the time and do this to break up big clumps and have like the softest texture. This is what your matcha powder should look like after you sieve it. Obviously, it depends on your sieve, how fine it will be, but something like that is perfect. Another important step is softening your chasen with warm water. I use 75 degrees Celsius. I use 20 grams of the same water to start making my matcha. As you can see, it creates like this really thick, nice, intense paste, also called koicha, which helps to have a much smoother foam afterwards. I then add 30 more grams of water, so in total I use around 50 grams of water, and we start whisking again. You're supposed to hold your chasen with 3 fingers only, and you only are supposed to use your wrist to move. So it's not your arm that's shaking, it is just your wrist. You're going in an upward and downward motion, just straight up and down, as you can see. And we do that for a little while. Once you feel like it's foamy enough, we switch into an M or V motion that you can see here, just to break up bigger bubbles. But I have to say, it depends on the matcha quality, whether you can actually break them up nicely or not. And this is what it should look like. This is my favorite milk to use for my matcha latte. It's organic milk from Sharjah. I don't really like to use ice cubes, so I try to freeze my milk beforehand, but you need a little bit of time for that, around 45 minutes. It's not supposed to freeze all the way through, just like this little layer at the top. But yeah, it just tastes great and doesn't dilute. Finally, the matcha pour. Depending on how thick the ice is, you might get a beautiful layered iced matcha. In this case, the colors meshed immediately. I do kind of love that. It looks different every single time, and it's a little bit of art for me. My second favorite part is obviously mixing the matcha, so you get intense matcha taste in every single sip. You'll have some of these frozen milk bits, but they're gonna melt in time, and wow, you'll have an undiluted iced matcha latte. Pretty simple and so good for an everyday iced matcha latte. I hope you'll enjoy.